What if I told you that a fan-favorite aircraft like the F-4 Phantom had a crazy cool variant that wasn't even in the game yet and has no signs of coming anytime soon? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the F-4G. Before we dive into this video, I'd appreciate it if you guys hit the like button and subscribed. Only 11% of my current viewers are subscribed, and I appreciate all of the support. So the F-4G Phantom II was a heavily modified F-4E for the United States Air Force. And I want to note one crazy cool thing that I thought was just super unique. There was not a single F-4G that was built from the ground up. They were all modified Vietnam F-4E bodies. So the F-4E was one of the first US Air Force F-4s that got access to the 20mm gun that was built internally. Keep in mind things like the F-4C, F-4D, F-4J, these all did not have internal guns. They relied on the 20mm gun pod on the belly. And the United States Air Force desperately needed an F-4 Phantom with a gun. So the F-4E incorporated an internal 20mm cannon. Now, after the Vietnam War, the United States no longer had a need for the Phantom, at least in the air-to-air role, because of things like the F-15 and the Navy's F-14 were just far better options. And they didn't really need a dedicated strike aircraft because they had the F-111 and soon to be the F-117. So the option for the Phantom was either to retire or serve a different role. Some of them did. They fell in the reconnaissance role, becoming the RF-4A or the RF-4, which served well into the 80s. But the other variant that lasted well into the early 2000s was the F-4G. This was an F-4E that had the 20mm cannon internally stripped for the APR-47. The APR-47 is a very unique system that we don't even have in War Thunder yet at all, which is essentially an RWR for the aircraft that is a computer. It essentially is constantly computing all of your incoming RWR pings, whether it be air-to-air or surface-to-air threats, and giving you updated guidance for all of them. The F-4G's mission was SEAD, or Suppression of Enemy Air Defense, aka Wild Weasel. This aircraft served in the role since the 80s to the 2000s, so almost 2 decades, and it was only replaced out by the F-16CJ. And here's the funny thing, a lot of professionals, a lot of people that do this for a living, and know more than I even do, argue that the F-4G was more capable with the AN APR-47 than the F-16CJ's AN ASQ-213 HTS, which is just insane to think about. Now, other than that, the F-4G also carried several other electronic countermeasure pods, also had access to AIM-9s and AIM-7s. So it's a very real possibility we could see this aircraft arriving to War Thunder as a very capable 13.0 platform. My reason for putting it this high is a few things. One, as far as I'm aware, this thing should be able to receive the AIM-9M. Secondly, it would have the AIM-7M, so it essentially serve the same air-to-air kit as the F-15A. Now, where it gets to be a higher BR is because of its air-to-ground capabilities. This aircraft would be built from the ground up, well, I guess not necessarily, none of them were built ground up, they were all modified F-4Es, but it would be built in War Thunder to serve one role, suppression of enemy air defense. Using either the AGM-88, the AGM-45 Shrieks, or any of the other anti-radiation missiles the United States serviced in that time period, this thing would be able to go toe-to-toe with any SPAA in the game. And honestly, that's pretty freaking cool. Now, obviously, this would be a heavier Phantom, this would essentially be the F-4E, but a lot heavier. Losing the gun is certainly a downside, but having the electronic warfare capabilities that the F-4G had in real life would make it just so much better. This is a great airplane, I think, to be added because of the guys' decision to give the Su-39 the ESM, or ECM, I forget what it fully is. And that essentially gives the Su-39 wall hacks, and a low BR carrier of anti-radiation missiles for the Russians. And that just, it isn't, it's not fun to deal with at all. Keep in mind the lowest tier US, anti-radiation missile carrier would be the Harriers at 11.3, but those only see J-band radars. The lowest missile that sees essentially everything for the Russians, I believe, is 12.7, 13.0. It's not, terrible. It might even be 11.3 now that I think about it. So the United States is in desperate need for something that can come in with anti-radiation missiles at a mid-tier BR. The F-4G is very advanced. It's one of the most advanced Phantoms ever put into service. I think it'd be great to have in the game. A lot of players have wanted it for a very long time. I want to know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Do you guys want the F-4G? Do you not want the F-4G? Do you want it for a seed role, or what else are you thinking? Let me know your thoughts down below. Please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I will see you guys in the next one.